Hey, Aries, intuitive soul coach here with your November 2023 love and family reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below your reading. All right, welcome. Now, Aries, right away here, I'm hearing trust creates peace. Trust creates peace. Some of you could be going through a major life lesson or a major experience when it comes to trust, maybe forgiveness, betrayals, because trust creates peace. Whether you're feeling peaceful at this time or not, I do feel like a lot of you, you're trying to bring more peace into your life, but trust could be the key factor. Okay, so that's coming up for a few of you here. Now, you did receive a bonus card, and your bonus card is new love. This can be a new spark of love to an existing relationship. It could be a brand new love for those of you that are looking for a new love interest. It doesn't have to just be romantic. This can be family. It can be soul tribe. It can be friendships as well. So what you don't see coming is a new person. They certainly can grab your attention this month. This can also be revitalization I'm getting here, because you may be opening up to more trust. I'm also getting a strong A name, whether this is Alex, Alexa, Ariana. Please take that as it resonates. Now, right off the bat here, you have codependency. Some of you may have struggled with codependent relationships, patterns, habits, and dynamics. This is in the past position. Now, some of you, you may be saying, well, Melissa, I am very independent and I don't have anyone in my life, so codependency doesn't pertain to me. But it doesn't have to just be codependency for, another person. Sometimes we can get in our own energy, and it sticks with us, and we may be codependent even on our, on our jobs and on our, beliefs, on our career, anything like that. It could even be addictions, because it does say addictions are affecting your romantic life. Now, I am getting here that for a lot of you, this may have been someone that you grew up with. It could have been a mother or a father or a sibling that you watched maybe go down that rabbit hole of addiction or substance abuse. For others of you, there was a strong codependency to being in a relationship after relationship, right? Jumping from one to the next. This could be someone that you know as well. It could be a marriage, a partnership, a relationship. I'm just getting here not enough time to breathe, or not enough space to really focus on who you are. Now, again, this is past position, so it could be something that you are healing and wrapping up here. I also get, because you have the healing family issues in the center, and this is present energy for November, a lot of you are breaking and healing from ancestral trauma that may even include addictions or codependency. Even if you are single, we can still carry that characteristic, that trait of codependency, where we tend to latch on to relationships or latch on to a person when they come in. And I feel like you've done the work. You've been doing a lot of work for a lot of you, Aries, where you're creating that sense of independence within yourself through a lot of maybe looking at some of the past patterns, a lot of shadow work, a lot of introspection here. I am getting a little bit of that hermit energy. So a lot of you have done the soul searching. You've gone through some experiences that may have affected your physical health as well. It could have been a big health concern of yours or someone around you. This may have directly affected a relationship with you and someone close to your heart. But it does say here, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. But you can replace that word parents with anyone who has hurt you or betrayed you here. So your love life, which means, the energy of the heart chakra, your love connections really benefit as you forgive the people in your life that have wronged you or that have betrayed your trust or that have, brought about any sort of trauma or challenge. When we can see it from that greater perspective of human experience, and we grow and we evolve, and it makes us and shapes us into who we are, that can really be a game changer here. So a lot of you have done the work. Now we also have wedding. So some of you may be longing to have a high level commitment. For those of you who have been in a relationship, maybe you've been married for 20 some odd years, or you've been with someone for, even if it's been only a short time, a couple of years here, you may be seeing that someone is replaying out a family wound. It could be oozing into your relationship with this person. Maybe you or your spouse, your friend, or a family member, you're seeing that there are some underlying issues that need to be addressed in order to move forward within this new love dynamic. Okay, this is a very powerful energy. I'm also getting here, I'm seeing a little puppy. It may be a puppy, or it could just be a smaller breed of a dog, but I feel like someone either is connecting with an animal, maybe getting a new animal, or this could be an animal that's crossed over on the other side. Okay, I feel like it could be a P name as well. I'm getting a strong P, maybe like Penelope. Okay, wouldn't that be a cute puppy name? Okay, so new love coming in here. How do we embrace this energy of new love? That's what we're going to talk about a little bit today, because again, it can be a romantic partnership. It could be, new love, opening our heart up to even animals, which isn't a hard thing to do. But I am getting here a center focus on that heart chakra, and trusting that everything is happening in this divine timing, in this orchestration here, and you are a part of it. You are a key player in this game, and I feel like you're seeing that you are very significant. You're seeing that you are a part of something here, and I like this energy because it's really going to shift the dynamic when it comes to all of your relationships, your friendships, your family. Yeah, ooh, I love it. Right away here, you have the King of Pentacles showing up as your overall energy for the month of November, Aries. And that King of Pentacles is someone who works on their stability. It is someone who focuses on, the home life. They want to make sure that their home feels stable, that they have the financial structure. They do focus on their abundance, and they work their way to the top here. So I feel like you're willing to do what it takes to create a sense of safety and security within your home life. Some of you could even have a shop. Okay, you could have a shop. You may work from home. For others of you, you may be doing some touch-ups around the home space. Some of you even could reupholster furniture. You can see that it looks like he's woodworking or he's creating something, but he's good at his craft because he's been doing it a while. So whether you are physically putting your energy into something this month, or you are working on your spiritual side as well, and seeing it from, again, a larger perspective, the King of Pentacles is a beautiful overall energy to embrace and to share and to put out into the world. So when this person shows up, you're embracing here the archetype of this King of Pentacles. And I feel like you're a lot better off than maybe you were in the past here, because the King of Pentacles, he doesn't get to that king status, overnight. He works towards it here. And so I feel like you've definitely worked towards your stability, having a home, being able to save for the things that you've wanted, or at least put in some time and energy into creating a good life here on earth. Let's take a look and see what's blocking your energy. What's the challenge here for Aries in the month of November? Okay, some of you may be staying home with the children, or you could be watching children. There may be a little bit more time. They are showing me children here. So whether you spend more time with your grandchildren, maybe you work in childcare, or maybe someone around you is being a little bit childish. I do feel like you're going to deal with these situations with more patience and more understanding. Now, the block for you is this Queen of Cups. Okay, wow, we have a partnership right away here. King of Pentacles and Queen of Cups. Someone could be at a distance. Okay, there could be a long distance relationship here. For some of you, someone may be a workaholic, because codependency, like we mentioned earlier, could just be someone is addicted to their work, right? They're focused too much on their craft. When this Queen of Cups, she just wants a little bit of love, a little bit of attention. Now, some of you, if this isn't another person, the challenge for you may be to open your heart, because you yourself may be just focused on your own stability, your own work, bringing money in, being able to put food on the table and support yourself or your family here. So when the Queen of Cups shows up as the challenge, sometimes she needs to fill her own cup first. She can be very emotionally invested, or sometimes even a little bit aloof. She's over here and she shuts her heart down because of some sort of betrayal, some sort of mistrust. Even though that there's love here and she wants to open her heart to it, she tends to focus on other things. And that could be part of the codependency here. So some of you may be called this month to embrace the emotions and the feelings that are washing over you, because you may busy yourself. You may busy yourself where you're constantly fluttering from one energy to another, where you have a really hard time just being. Okay, just being in the present, just focusing on things that bring you happiness. Basically, like we said, filling your own cup this month. So that's going to be important for a lot of you. Let's take a look at what's below you. What's the foundation here? For those of you that are not in a relationship and you're looking for love, I feel like you're doing the work here, which it looks great. And it does look like there is an opportunity for a high level commitment coming in with the wedding card and the new love. But like I said, we must open our heart. I mean, some of you could have even met someone at work, through work, or while they were focusing on their craft. So keep your heart open this month if that is something you are looking for. If you've been in a relationship for quite some time, you may need to have a heart-to-heart conversation with your partner and say, hey, you have been working a lot, or we've kind of went our own ways. How can we bring this together if it is something that you are wanting to bring together? A lot of times we don't have that talk, or we do, and it doesn't feel like anything gets resolved. I do feel like there's going to be some quick turnarounds in the month of November, where it's the type of month where you say what you mean and mean what you say, and results happen quite quickly this month. So let's take a look and see what's coming in here for you. All right. We have the Empress. Wow, beautiful. Some of you are mothers, nurturers. This is that energy of love, unconditional love. And we see that you have it in your foundation to open yourself up to this level of love. Some of you, you've struggled with possibly maternity. There could have been maternity leave. Some of you are trying to get pregnant. Some of you are parents, and that has been a struggle for some of you, because there's been a little bit of maybe codependent dynamics, or there's been addictions, or just a little bit of time wanting to spend more with family, but maybe there's been some ups and downs where you've had to work more and you haven't been able to spend that time with your family here. That's left you in a little bit of, Eight of Swords energy in the recent past here. Now, with this Empress showing up in your foundation, Aries, you have the ability here to create, to bring that maternal energy to the table. You're very sexy. You're very, handsome, beautiful, creative. You are a nurturer, and whatever you are able to put your focus on, it brings a really beautiful mix. And you know your worth here. So some of you, you forgot that because, again, of some experiences that you've gone through. I'm also getting you want to open your heart up. A lot of you just want to love. You want to feel this energy of embracing the heart center. And maybe you haven't had that for quite some time, because she's sitting there and you can see the red around her, even in a lot of green, which is that heart chakra energy. But I'm also getting here the root, which is that red energy, and that's about foundation. It's about family. Some of you, this has to do with your mother, okay? Because we do have healing family issues and we have forgiving parents. So some of you, it could be healing some patterns, some characteristics, or some traits that you inherited from your own mother or father. But I am getting with this Empress energy, for those of you who've maybe had a mother who's crossed over, it's really impacted you in a very big way. Even if you didn't get along in this lifetime, or maybe you did, or there was some things left unsaid here. Okay, this is interesting. They're giving me the name here, Peaches. So I'm not sure if that was someone's actual name, a nickname, maybe it's a pet name, Peaches, or maybe someone made really great peach cobbler. Please take that as it resonates, Peaches. But the Empress showing up below you is a good thing. Regardless of how it panned out here on Earth, I feel like there's a lot of abundance coming from any and all situations regarding the Empress. Now, in the recent past, some of you are getting out of some sort of self-sabotage mode, and maybe you watched your own mother self-sabotage. Maybe this Empress is you at times, or embracing those characteristics where you've sabotaged really beautiful things coming in because you have been hurt. And the Eight of Swords, they lack the confidence to move forward because of their own insecurities, because of what they've gone through in the past, because they've felt like they were put behind bars, and then they just got accustomed to that and they stayed in a situation. So for some of you, maybe you've stayed in a relationship, or you've stayed single, or you've stayed in something that was not fun, right? You stayed in this energy because maybe you didn't know any other way out. And I feel because this is showing up in reverse here in the recent past, you're letting that go. This is about you moving towards freedom, freeing your thoughts, releasing yourself from your insecurities and from that self-sabotage or that old mental story that plays like a broken record in your mind, Aries. This is about you expressing yourself on all levels and saying what you need to say and not being afraid to do so, because there could be a little bit of fear-based energy tied to this Eight of Swords. I'm also getting here the throat chakra, which is very important for you this month. Speak up. Ask for what it is that you want. I'm also getting some of you could be singing more. You could be hearing lyrics, singing along. Pay attention to the songs that show up in your head out of the blue, because you may start singing a song that you haven't heard in forever. Maybe you haven't even, you didn't hear it on the radio. It hasn't come through, on your Spotify or anything like that. And boom, you're singing it. Okay. It could remind you of someone of the past. I also get here, I'm getting this energy of some of you missing the old you, or maybe the old you of who you were before a relationship got a little salty, or before things started to get heavy in life, or whatever this was. Someone's missing the old them, but we change, we don't stay the same, and we can grieve old parts of ourselves, but it's important for us to embrace the new parts. And that's why you have this new love. I mean, this new love, Aries, could be you. This could be you loving who you have become, every piece of yourself, the perfectly imperfect parts of you that you tend to judge or that are no longer the same. Because I feel like you've been stuck in this area for so long that sometimes you forget that you have so much, right? So much within you to love and to be grateful for. Now, what's showing up above you is the Fool. Here's that new love, new beginning, new journey. And it's so interesting to note here, because sometimes, we have some insecurities and maybe even a little bit of lower confidence in the recent past. This could be you or someone around you. Maybe someone was physically locked up, or they were behind bars, or maybe they had to go to rehab or something like that. I am getting some of you, this person could have had a tattoo on their right shoulder. Okay, there could have been a tattoo, or I'm getting here something along the right shoulder, or maybe they had, a brace or rotator cuff or something like that here. But I feel like you are removing yourself from this energy and allowing you to have this fresh start, because the Fool, it is showing up in the upright position. And sometimes that Fool can be the most confident, right? They are ready to embrace any new journey that comes to them. He has the 2 white roses here. He has his journal, and he's open his arms and he's looking up and he's saying, okay, what's next? I'm ready to embrace it all. Whatever that looks like, whatever it consists of, I'm ready with open arms. And he's actually positioned in a way where his his heart chakra is open. And sometimes, right, sometimes when we are living in a place of fear or we don't feel lovable, we tend to show that within our posture, right? We tend to look downwards, look at our feet when we walk, or we don't have the confidence to look a person in the eye. There's a lot of body language I am seeing here as well. And the Fool is saying, okay, I'm showing up for life. So I kind of like this Fool here for you. Some of you were dealing again with a hurt or with a loss or just feeling a little bit lonely, but there's a shift coming up here for you. Let's take a look and get into the juicy good stuff of what's coming in the near future. What do we have in the near future? The Star is the first one showing up here, and it actually lands right on the Eight of Swords. So whatever this, thank you, Spirit. Oh, there it is. I love it. Okay, so the Star landed right here on the Eight of Swords, which means you're healing from a situation where you felt imprisoned, stuck with, tied to. You felt like there was no way out. The Eight of Swords can be that mental destruction, and that mental destruction, that's our own worst fears, and that can be worse than anything in the physical realm, right? You're letting that go here. And you're healing it because the Star is showing up in the near future, and this comes after a time that's been difficult, the Tower, right? So this is about guidance and hope and positivity. This is about you reassessing and saying, okay, I do have dreams. What are they? What were they? How can I bring them to light? How can I focus more on my own healing and not give up on myself? That's what you're doing here with the Fool. You're not giving up on yourself, even if you have to take a new path, even if you are shifting gears here and getting yourself out of whatever this is, right? Whether it is some sort of, destruction, mind, they're giving me a word I probably should not say here on YouTube, but they're giving me a little bit of that, just where the mind is very messy, okay? Some of you are releasing yourself even from toxic foods, substances, carbs, sugars, pills. They just showed me pills here for some of you. It could be drink. It could be relationships. It could also be people who put you down, people who shove their own projections onto you. And of course, you hear it all the time, and I've even said it myself, is the only people that can kind of control our energy is us. We can, what we do with it. But when you are in the pits of some sort of despair or pits of hell, it can be very difficult, especially when you're living with someone or you have the energy of family members around you that are constantly putting you down, because we start to believe that, even if it's not true. If you hear it over and over and over, that's why we practice affirmations, right? Because if we start to tell ourselves over and over and over, we start to bring that into our energy by believing and starting to know, wow, this is happening for me. I am lovable. I have what it takes here. And so a lot of you are breaking free from someone who maybe let you down, or it felt like they put you in a little bit of a cage and you didn't know how to get out of. So I love that you're healing from this, because it's been a long time. Now, how are you feeling? Six of Cups, you're feeling a tad bit nostalgic. Like we said here in the past, you could be grieving a time when things were simpler. Maybe grieving that old part of your life when maybe your mother or your father was still alive. You may be grieving that part of yourself when maybe you were with a spouse, or you were, in that friendship that was based on love and truth and intimacy. And we can, and we are supposed to, at times, reevaluate and reassess, but it's important that we don't attach ourselves to this energy and stay in it for too long, because it's important that we're in the present, we're in the now. And of course, it's easier said than done, I know, but the Six of Cups is actually a quite beautiful beautiful person. Yes, they are very beautiful heart. You can see that she's looking in the pond water there, and her reflection is shining back at her. and it's smiling. It's a big smile, bigger than the one that she's actually putting out here. So you're starting to love yourself more and more each passing day. You're starting to appreciate all of the things that have happened, even if they were difficult. There is a sense of gratitude for what you've gone through. The Six of Cups is about practicing kindness for yourself, for others. It is about healing childhood wounding. It is about not romanticizing the past, but accepting the past. You know, it doesn't mean that what other people did to you was okay, but there is a deep acceptance. There's a deep energy of maybe even healing and forgiveness because it hasn't always been easy for you. Okay. Some of you may want someone from the past, of course, not everyone, because you do have the new love coming in here, or you just miss who you were in this relationship if you're married. Okay. Because Six of Cups can be going through pictures. It can be receiving on your social media feed a memory that shows up, right? And you're thinking, wow, look how happy I was at that time. But know that that's not all there is, right? You can be that happy and happier in the present and in the future. And so many times we look externally for that happiness when you have it all right here. And that's part of what you're releasing with this Eight of Swords. Now, what's happening in your environment? You have the Judgment card. This is big. The Judgment is a very powerful energy of changing your life here for the better. It is a major awakening here. It is the card of second chances. Second chance, love after loss, to free yourself from situations that are beyond repair or that were quite difficult or challenging. This is a second chance to offer your hand, right? You see that she's reaching her hand out in a way that says, okay, come with me. There's the cross there. There's been a little bit of maybe even a crucifixion in the past, or there's been something that has been very difficult for you, but you're being offered. Some of you, this is also a near-death experience that you've gone through. Some of you, you've recovered from cancer. For others of you, yes, there was maybe a death in the family, but you can live again, and it's going to be in a different way, right? It's never going to be in the same way that it was in the past, but that's part of, this evolution of human experience here on earth. And when the Judgment card shows up for you, I feel like you're working on healing these wounds. You're releasing judgments upon yourself and others, and you are opening your hands to change. That's what the Fool is all about here, right? His hands are opening. He's like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready for the next steps. What do I need to do to get there? And that's what's showing up here in your environment. The Judgment is about, that big trumpet horn calling. It is about that big splash, that big awakening that shows up in your life. And you're saying, okay, no more. This is the call. I must move in this direction. So that's what I was getting here earlier for you, where November is going to be the type of month that you're going to make the decisions and you're going to stick with them. There's no more back and forth. There's no more humming and hawing. And, and the reason why is because you've already done that for quite some time. You've already felt limited, restricted, or put behind bars in a sense, bars of your own mental conflict, or maybe one put upon you in a relationship, but you're freeing yourself from that this month. Now let's take a look at your hopes and fears. What do we have, please, for Aries, hopes and fears? The Wheel of Fortune, beautiful energy. You want that wheel to get spinning, moving forward, because this is about you jumping on, right? Jumping on that wheel of fate and destiny, because it's going to roll around. But if we don't take this jump, which you have this combined with the Judgment, it could be a long time before this rolls back around for you. So there is an opportunity that Spirit is setting up behind the scenes regarding, destiny and fate and intervention. So I do feel with this Wheel of Fortune card showing up for you, this is about a turning point. It is about repeating some sort of a cycle. If you find that you're back at, square one, or you attract the same type of relationships, or you are still suffering from some sort of codependency or addicted tendency or trait, habit, whatever it may be for you, because we're healing here, This is the time. This is the moment. This is the month that you break that cycle and you hop on this brand new energy, because it's coming up and bubbling up within, right? Everything is within that reflects in your outer world. And I feel like the time has come. Some of you may be dealing with a Leo, a Taurus. This is about freedom, liberating yourself. I am getting here a strong angelic presence. Someone may even have the name Angel. Angel could be significant for some of you. Someone could even have angel wings. Maybe that's a tattoo. Angel wings could be something that was given or gifted with angel wings on it. Maybe it was an angel deck or an angel statue. Now, what's the final outcome here for Aries, November 2023, when it comes to love and family? Final outcome. The Five of Pentacles in reverse. I like this energy. If I'm going to see the Five of Pentacles, it's great to see it in reverse here, because it is about, heading towards more safety. It is about coming into, better times ahead, warmer weather, we'll say, because typically the Five of Pentacles, she feels left out in the cold, right? There's the bride where she's longing for this commitment. For some of you, you could be disengaging. You could be going through a divorce, or you have gone through a divorce here. But for some of you, I feel like you are looking at a situation and you're saying, okay, this hurt me. This was difficult. This was challenging. This affected my health. This affected my physical, emotional, and mental well-being. But I'm going to come in from out of the cold now. I am ready to really work on surrender, release, forgiveness, peace, right? Trust, whatever it may be for you here, Aries. So the Five of Pentacles says you will not be left out in the cold. Even if it feels that way at times, I feel like you're heading back in. Typically, you'll see the Five of Pentacles outside in very cold weather, but there is a light or a church in the background and it's on. It's ready for you to come back home to. So I feel like there's a sense of you coming back home to you instead of feeling like you are caught in this mental struggle. So let's clarify. I'm going to get one card here to clarify. We're actually going to use the Tarot of the Mystical Moments. We're just going to take a little bit of a deeper look into that Five of Pentacles here right away. Okay. What else do we need to know for Aries? The High Priestess. Trust your intuition, because something is being revealed. Look at that. She's stepping out from behind the curtain and it looks stormy, right? That ship is coming in. I'm getting here 2 ships passing in the night. So some of you even could think that way about a relationship if you are in one, where maybe you've been the 2 ships passing in the night for quite some time and you're thinking, okay, I need to come in from the cold here. I need to do something about that. If that is you, you're doing something about it this month, whether you're having that heart-to-heart conversation, whether you're surrendering, whether you're stepping away. Only you will know what is best for you. But for those of you who have been longing for a love, longing for that, you're realizing that you have the ability to come out of some sort of persecution here by trusting your intuition. Your intuition is very heightened. If you've lost someone, if they've crossed over to the other side, pay attention to your dreams. You could be dreaming about them and you could even wake up highly emotional, but take that as a beautiful visit from the divine, from the other side, from your loved ones, instead of letting it impact you in a negative way with more grief, more sorrow, more sadness. See it as a blessing that they come to visit you in maybe your time of need as well. So some of you, there could have been, again, truths, secrets that came out. That could be what you're healing from with the High Priestess, because I was getting that energy here of trust. But I do feel like you are moving to a better place. It's like you're moving, and that's why you have that King of Pentacles. Some of you, there could actually be a physical move. Okay, there could be a physical move. Let's see here. Yeah, you may be watching at this time. You do have the Watcher, the Observer showing up here. I feel for some of you, you could be 49 years old. They wanted me to go twice, where I typically only go once. And this is why. Time to go. Wow, look at that. Some of you are 49 years old or 45, but yeah, you've been watching and waiting for quite some time. And you can see here that this fox, he's looking up at the moon. So he's able to discern. He's able to have that certainty that he needs to make a decision to move on, because there's been a little bit of that moon energy for you where maybe you didn't know what to do, but your subconscious is kind of bubbling up here and making you aware of some certain emotions or what you need clarity on. That's why you have the intuition showing up. Now, because you've done a little bit of that work, you have this time to go card. And that's what we're going to read here for you. It's card 45. What do we have here for Aries? I feel like this is time to walk away from whatever this Eight of Swords energy is. Mental conflict, self-sabotage. It can be old stories that we tell ourselves. For some of you, this could be a relationship. It could be something that you have observed over time. This is about endings, completions, walking away from something because there is nothing else to learn or experience. You are at the end of one journey and have not yet begun the next. This is the moment to bless your experience thus far. Take stock of what you've learned. It's time to move on to new experiences and a new way of being. There is nothing left for you to do, be, or experience. Okay, because it's over. At least at the very least here, the form this relationship has taken is no longer of service to you or the other person. So again, the form, how it is going or how it is at this time, whether this is a lover, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a family, the form this relationship has taken on needs to shift. Whether you are able to shift that relationship together by maybe seeking help, by, doing some inner work, whatever it may be. For a lot of you, you're going to choose to move in a new direction because, again, you've learned all that you could here. It says this is a time of letting go, of knowing that the journey has come to its conclusion. That doesn't mean that anything is lost. Although this card could speak to a breakup, drifting apart, or the end of a soul contract, it is more about release than destruction. Remember the saying, if you love something, let it go. And if it comes back, it's yours. If not, it never was. Endings are always a sign of a new beginning. If you want something deeper, walk away. And you have the Fool card here. So there's your new beginning coming in. So if you want something deeper, a deeper experience of the heart here, Aries, it's important that you walk away from the hurt, the betrayal, the self-sabotage, the patterns, the habits, the addictions, whatever this may be for you. It's important because you have been observing it. It's not like you've been sitting there, not doing anything about it. I feel like you've been looking at it from all different angles, but there's some sort of illumination, intuitive hit that comes to you this month, and you just know, you feel it. Okay, I need to move in this direction because this is it, right? It's almost like a now or never type of energy that I'm getting here. That is what I have for you, Aries. I hope it resonates. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. If you are vibing with the energy of the channel and haven't already hit that subscribe and bell button, please do so. Thank you so very much for your time and energy, Aries. Lots of love.